Hey everyone, this is Mr. Saints Godzilla 21, and to celebrate reaching 50,000 subscribers, I thought it'd be cool to fully analyze the cancelled arcade game, Saints Row Money Shot. However, this task will prove too difficult from online gameplay alone. Thankfully, my pal Woody hooked me up with the Saints Row Money Shot ISO. The only problem now is that I need to make a modded Xbox to play it.
Well, let me have a rule and a saw and a board and I'll cut it. I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house together. In the snow or the rain or the ice cold wind, whenever. No matter what the weather, we're together.
Works like a charm. Okay, I actually went to the Cellar Snow and he provided me with a perfectly functioning RGH Jasper. Now, before we dive into analyzing the gameplay, let's quickly go into the history of Money Shot and see why it was cancelled. Back in early 2010, THQ's subsidiary Digital Phoenix began work on a game called Saints Row Drive-By. Though not much is known about this game, Drive-By was intended as a Nintendo 3DS and Xbox arcade title. As for gameplay, it was rumored to be a mixture of Saints Row 2's drive-by diversion and the escort activity. However, by June of 2010, THQ decided to start the game from scratch with a brand new concept that we'd eventually know as Saints Row Money Shot. Money Shot would become an action puzzle game where you take control of a sniper bullet with the main objective being to get as much points as possible before hitting your final target. It would cost $10 on the Xbox Arcade and would supposedly be free on PSN. According to Money Shot's game design document, the story follows the Ultor assassin Cypher, who was taken against her will at a young age to be trained as a high-tech hitman. The beginning of the game would have Cypher taking orders before eventually going rogue and taking out her captors one by one. The reason I say would have is because there's a complete lack of story in every known build of the game. There was plans of adding 2D cutscenes to show the story after the gameplay was locked down. Money Shot would be in development for nearly a year before THQ pulled their funding and Digital Phoenix would close 2 months later. The biggest shame from all this is that the game was nearly finished. It was even rated by the Australian Classification Board, showing just how close it was being ready for release. According to Volition's Robert Gable, Money Shot's only QA, there was a lot of internal disagreements on the quality of the title.
I think there were a couple factors at play. So like I said, I think internally, there were some people that didn't think this really fit the right strategy for where we were going with Saints Row, and had some quality concerns, especially with some of these levels. They're using SR3 assets, right? But we kind of wanted more polished passes done.
August 14th, 2011 is when a handful of screenshots throughout Money Shot's development and the ISO for the game were leaked online, which takes us to now. Sure, there's been gameplay online for quite a while, but I intend to fully explore Money Shot and share every unknown detail and feature the game offers. Let's get started. When first starting up Money Shot, you'll see a text at the top of the screen saying Work in Progress, June 14th, 2011. Something interesting I quickly want to note is that the latest build Volition has is from June 6th. I guess between June 6th and the 14th, Phoenix updated the start screen. At the main menu, you have Cypher and 3 locked items on the right. You have Cypher's outfit, her Togo 13 sniper, and the Ultor interceptor. Originally, by completing all 3 city missions in Money Shot, you would unlock these items in Saints Row III. But since it was cancelled, Volition put the items in a Money Shot DLC pack for $2. And to answer a long-wondered question, no, the items will not appear in Saints Row III after unlocking them in Money Shot. Statistics will show your in-game stats except for near misses and destroyed objects, which doesn't function. One funny thing I want to mention is that the Saints Row 3 unlockables here are out of order. The leaderboards work as well as you'd expect for a cancelled game. Yeah, not at all. The help and options page is fairly broken. How to play only shows 2 of the same image, and I'm guessing whoever was working on this just frantically typed on the keyboard to fill in the description. Too bad there wasn't a hidden message like in Saints Row Undercover.
Get to the chopper!
The controls page doesn't seem to work, but thankfully settings does. There's the appropriate options like selecting a hard drive, volume control, etc. Plus, you can change the bullet's camera from far, mid to near and turn on a laser sight. I don't think this feature is fully finished, however, because all it does is add a near invisible red dot to the middle of the screen. Sometimes on training stages, you could see the red dot expand, but then it'll disappear. On to credits, well, there isn't any. The last big feature on the menu is Unlock Full Game. This was more than likely used for developers so they could quickly test any level or bullet class. Let's finally start up some missions. There's a total of 11 levels. 3 are city missions where you kill a target, and the other 8 are training stages. There was plans of a 12th mission that would serve as an infinite mode, but it was never finished. The first mission is Anna Will Be Right Back. Yeah, the same Anna from the main menu cutscene in Saints Row 2. Before starting a mission, you get to select the bullet you want to use. There are 8 types of bullets with beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes, totaling 24 bullets to choose from. Each bullet type has distinct stats in speed, turning, stability, multiplier, and influence. Though most of the bullets work properly, some of the last bullets are seriously broken, like the Tachyon completely glitches out when you hold down the left or right trigger. Once we select a bullet, we're taken to a loading screen before the game starts. Every mission begins with a short cutscene of Cypher loading her sniper. And with a click of the trigger, we're off. The primary objective of every level is to kill your main target. As you're traveling, you'll be confronted with obstacles and optional goals that can increase your high score. By successfully traversing the level and killing your target, a recap is played showing what you've done. To keep the gameplay from becoming too repetitive, every city mission has 15 optional goals to complete. Some goals consist of killing pigeons, getting near misses, and flying through particular objects. Carrying out certain goals will even add to the end recap, like hitting this robber's pistol and popping a blow-up doll. The next 4 levels are training stages. I won't be saying much about these because they really aren't that interesting. Basically, they're simply there to pan out the gameplay and test your bullet skill. They do offer 5 optional goals though, so at least there's some replayability. One thing I can give these stages credit for is the music. Every level has its own theme, and I can't help but be reminded of Time Splitters when I hear it. The main target in these stages is always something random like a teddy bear, vase, or gumball machine. One other small thing to mention is that Cypher uses the Reaper drone from Saints Row 3 in the training stages instead of the regular computer in the city levels. Let's move on to the most notorious level in Money Shot, Dex New Digs. Yes, if you didn't know, this game would have been the official end of Dex if it wasn't cancelled. Most fans agree that this was the most tragic detail of the game never being released, since it would have patched the largest plot hole in the Saints Row series. Anyways, the mission itself takes place at night where you need to assassinate Dex during his birthday party. Compared to Anna Will Be Right Back, this level's a lot longer with more splitting paths and more unique goals to complete. Instead of a straight cut path to Dex, you can go between 2 floors of a parking lot and go around or through the L train. Before we get into the optional goals, let's kill this bastard once and for all. And yeah! I've waited over 10 years to do that. Nothing could spoil the end of the Dex saga now. Yeah, 4 of the goals have their own recap. These include shooting a bottle of wine, hitting a fire extinguisher, passing through a soda can, and my personal favorite, breaking an old lady's cane. Here's the result. And that's Dex's New Digs. One thing I should have probably mentioned sooner is that Money Shot has 12 achievements. They consist of beating the game, unlocking every bullet, and getting a near perfect score on every level. All of these are unlockable except for getting 100%, which I'll explain later. Before you can unlock the final city level, you need to finish 4 more training stages. One thing I'll say about these levels is that they really push your bullet skills to the limit. But after that, you're ready to play Biker Striker. The main objective of this level is to kill a target flying an Ultorn Scepter. Since Money Shot doesn't offer any story details, we'll have to assume from the GDD that the biker's an Ultor member who helped in Cypher's kidnapping. This level is easily the longest and most elaborate of all the city missions. It's also the only city mission to be timed, so you're unfortunately not given a chance to take in all your surroundings. But this does make the optional goals a lot more rewarding. The recaps include hitting a newspaper, going through this painting, breaking a vase, striking a plate, and knocking a shotgun out of this woman's hands. Let's see the results. And people say this doesn't match the tone of Saints Row the Third. It's possible that there's another recap involving a bong, but I can't for the life of me find it. I've spent a couple hours exploring every inch of the level and had no luck. My only theory is that one of these two T-posing NPCs could have been planned to hold the bong, but it was never finished. This leads back into achievements since it isn't possible to get the 100% without hitting the mysterious bong. Now let's take out our final target. All 3 targets have 2 death animations depending if you hit them in the head or in the stomach. There isn't a big difference for Anna and Dex, but the biker's death animations are quite varied. A body shot leads to the biker falling over and getting hit by a car, but a headshot will send the biker in the oncoming traffic where they'll be crushed by a semi-truck. And that's basically everything in Money Shot. Since the game was still in development prior to being cancelled, quite a few bugs still persist in the game. I've already mentioned some of the unfinished bullets, but other bugs include training stages randomly failing, the pause menu not working, and incorrectly placed hitboxes on certain objects. Other than that, Money Shot feels essentially finished. It's an absolute shame this game was never released. It would have been a proper transition in the Saints Row the Third's tone and made the old school fans happy with the death of Dex. But much like Saints Row Undercover, the Cooler, and the planned Wii port, Money Shot will simply remain an interesting piece of Saints Row's history. Well everyone, I hope you found this analysis of Saints Row Money Shot as fascinating as I did making it. Also, I want to thank you for helping me reach 50,000 subscribers. All the comments, likes, and support has really had a great impact on me and my content. It's been an absolute amazing journey and I hope to continue making the videos you all desire. If you'd like to help my channel further, I finally have merchandise set up on Teesprings and there's always my Patreon. Oh, speaking of which, shout out to John and Emperor Palpatine for your continued support. Like always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.